everybody out tonight as we make an introduction of the new head football coach of the Martin County football team, Coach Hunter Jenks. So everybody can get Coach Hunter Jenks a round of applause. So Coach Jenks came today at school about 1:30. He met with all returning football players and any interest people in playing football. So he met with the high schools at 1:30. Then we left here, we went to South Riverside Middle, and the South Creek kids was there as well. And he met with the middle school rising freshmen. So he's already met with the players. A lot of kids play basketball. They have an away basketball game tonight, but this evening we wanted him to come out and introduce himself to the community. So that's why he wanted to do it. Coach Jenks is coming to us, and he can talk about himself. He's coming to us currently from Millbrook High School in Raleigh. He's been a head coach. He's been part of very successful programs. I'm telling you, we got a gym here in Martin County, and he's gonna do a great job for Martin County football. And without further ado, I'm gonna let Coach Jenks talk about himself a little bit. So Coach Hunter Jenks.
You know, the history of Martin County, I don't need to tell any of y'all because y'all can tell me better than ever, but that was one of the things that really drew me to this job. I've known Coach McGill for a while, we've talked, and then when the job came open, you know, we were just texting one day, and then as things start to roll, you know, and I talked to, you know, Coach Jim Bob Bryant and stuff, and then the more I found out about the job, the more I was intrigued. And then honestly, after talking with Dr. White and hearing her vision for the, not just athletics, but for the school system as a whole, I knew that this was the place to be. Anytime you can take winning tradition, because anytime you win, winning just doesn't happen. Like it's bred into the DNA of Martin County. Like Martin County is nothing but winners. And so the opportunity to combine all the high schools into one is going to be special, and I do not take it lightly. I've had the opportunity to walk in the steps of Glenn Nixon and Earl Smith, and I can tell you from that experience that this is going to be very special. I was talking with Coach Ruffin McNeil one day at an NC State practice, and he said, when somebody turns on your game film, what do you want that team to see about your team? And the three things that I would like for us to be known for is physical, together, and confident. And I'll get into that in a minute. All right, first of all, thank you to Dr. White for allowing me this opportunity to come and do something I have a passion for. Helping people is something I enjoy doing, and I just happen to get to do that coaching football. To Mr. Mizell, you know, I was talking with a coach at Havelock the other night, and you know, at every single turn that I talk, like the support that is here from a central office to a school administration, we're really blessed here to have such a good group of people. Coach McGill, you know, I've been talking to Coach McGill for a decade now, and so I think aside from this job is we have a pretty good friendship going, and what he was able to do here at Williamston first and then at Riverside is, you know, it was incredible. And then to the Martin County School Board, I thoroughly appreciate you allowing me to come live out a professional dream of mine. But more importantly is thank you to my family, my wife, my two daughters. They're allowing me to move away from them this spring to chase something that means something to me. And so I do not take that lightly. My wife, Betsy, my daughter, Ava, she's in 6th grade, and Claire, she's in 3rd grade. So thank you for allowing me to do something that matters to me. I was born and raised in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Played football, what at the time was Wake Forest Roseville, and then went on to play college football at Elon. And I think Elon helped shape me as a player, as a student, and more importantly as a person. The friendships I made with my teammates, I had teammates from all over the place. One is currently the head coach at Pamlico High School, but Elon is a very special place. And then when we get into what we're going to be known for here, physical. All right, to me, if we're going to win a state championship, we got to be able to block and tackle. All right, that doesn't mean we got to line up in the wishbone or the wing tee and run the ball every play. But in December, if we're going to win a state championship, we have to block and we have to tackle, and then we have to finish plays. So if we're throwing a bubble screen or if we're running outside zone or whatever play we got called, we've got to finish forward. And if you turn around, it's all started in that room behind you, the weight room. Without the weight room, I don't think that you can be a physical football team on the level that it needs to be together. The school system has the motto, one team, one dream, and I think that's perfect. We win together, we lose together, and like I was telling the players earlier, is we're going to talk about sweat equity. And we have to work hard together. It doesn't matter if we got 3 people over here and 2 people over here. If we're not grinding and working hard as a collective unit, then it's going to be easier for us to give up on each other when there becomes adversity. And then football, right, wrong, or indifferent is, I think, the front porch to a school from the community standpoint. It's the first time the entire community is going to be on the school campus seeing what we have to offer. And so our product a lot of times sets the school year off for better or worse. And then from a community standpoint, when I was talking to Coach McGill and Dr. White is, my goal is to be hosting home playoff games. And so Thanksgiving Thursday, I want people to come home and start talking about our football game. And then Friday, I want them to go to Sunnyside and then come over to our game. And I want our stands to be sold out before the game even starts. And to me, that is what together looks like. It is, we're going to work together, we're going to win together, and we're going to overcome our losses together. And then the last thing is confident. If all you got to do is turn on the TV or click on social media and the world's going to tell you how you're not good or how somebody's better than you or how your opportunity is gone. And so if you don't believe in yourself, then nobody else in this world will. So you got to bet on yourself. And then we got to be confident in each other. And then get back to sweat equity is this summer, this spring, when we're lifting weights, if all students are here, all students are working out together, and they look to their left and they look to their right, and everybody is putting in the same amount of effort on 4th and goal, all right, we're going to have more belief in each other. And then the last thing is in our preparation. I don't believe that you have to work 100 hours a week to get good work in, but while we're here, our feet are going to be present, and we'll work as hard as we possibly can every single day, and it's going to be quick, fast, efficient, and then they're going to go home and be a teenager. Because one of the things I'll tell the parents when I meet all the parents is my goal is to give them their sons better than when their sons were given to me. And part of that is, allowing them to have time, because they're only 14 through 18 one time in their life, and so football is just a part of who they are. It's not who they are. Some coaching accomplishments. Overall coaching record is 42-25. 3 out of 4 schools I've been in a head coaching role. We've been able to win a conference championship. 3 Coach of the Year awards as coordinators the past 2 years. In 2022, we led the state in passing. And then this year in 2023, we were in the top 15. It varies. I think the highest we were 11th in sacks, total takeaways, and interceptions. And that really, if you look at that last one, we had a great group, but we only had one player over 225 pounds on defense. And at the 4A level, and Joel will tell you, in the NAC 6 conference, NAC 6 is probably the best conference in the state of North Carolina from top to bottom. And so to be able to go out and perform the way we did was a testament to the players. And without any coach, coaching matters, it definitely does, but a coach is only as good as the people around him, and more importantly, the players that he's invested in. And so I think this is one of the things that I take the most pride in. And again, going back to my family allows me to be gone and do as much stuff as necessary. So as head coach, I've had 42 student athletes who have gone on to play college football. That's all the way from Nathan Leacock, who's at Tennessee, all the way down to Randolph-Macon. And I say down, Division III is still very good football. All-star games, I've had players in every single big-time all-star game from the U.S. Army All-American to Under Armour, East-West, Carolina Bowl, 919-252, which Coach McGill helped runs. And then I've had 2 players in the top 100. And yes, genetics matters, but how you present and promote your players also matter too. If you're good enough, eventually they will find you, but will they find you in time for you to have the successes that you need? And that's where I think we've had a lot of success is every year I'll go down to Atlanta in December to a recruiting fair, and I'll meet 35 schools that never stopped through North Carolina. So that's 35 opportunities for our student athletes to be recruited really on a national level. And then just if there's an opportunity, like in the spring, I know that there's the Eastern North Carolina Elite Combines or the Nomino Classic, or anytime we can put our student athletes in a position to promote themselves, we're going to do it. All right, and then that's really about me, is I don't think there's there's not a perfect bullet. It's hard work and it's every day and it's consistency. And for some people might have great ideas, but can you wake up every single day and execute your idea? And when you fail, because life is full of failures, how do you bounce back? And that's what we're going to try to instill in our student athletes here, is to be good students first, then good sons, then good football players, and hopefully one day they'll be good husbands and good fathers. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and I look forward to getting started next week. If anybody has any questions now, I can answer them now, or if after it's over with, you can pull me to the side and I'll answer them then. Thank you. We're blessed to have a quarterback, but we also had a running back that went in Wingate. And so early on in the year, we passed the ball 35, 40 times a game. Now when it gets cold, in November and December, we ran the ball 35, 40 times a game. And so I want to be able to run the football when we want to, but also throw the ball when we want to too. I don't want to allow defenses to dictate to us. We were in the gun probably 95% of the time, but I've also been under center some. So it really just, whatever fits the individual personnel, but our terminology is going to stay the same. So like trips right is going to be trips right no matter what year it is. And so that allows our players, it allows flexibility within our scheme, but allows it to benefit the players as individuals. And then defensively, I think you got to have a 3 or 4 and a 5-man front. I think you got to play man, I think you got to play zone, I think you got to give middle field open, middle field closed, and I think you got to be able to force the flats from inside out. And I say all that is, we got to be multiple. And one of the things I think allowed us to is defensively, we never called the same play back to back. So they're not going to be able to line up in the same formation and get the same look. We're going to give them a different look, and it's a lot easier to confuse that high school quarterback. I think because in today's day and age, there's a lot of pressure put on the quarterback position, and I think the more multiple looks you can give them. But again, it all comes back to, it's built in, and from day one when we start installing it, it'll be the same terminology.